In this episode, we take advantage of low tide to make our way across the land bridge to Cabuya Island Cemetery. The center of peculiar tales and folklore, Cabuya Island Cemetery has been in use by indigenous people since the early 1700s and is still in use today. Join us as we explore the island to find the best snorkeling spots and pay our respects to those no longer with us in the physical realm. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. Now, let's get into the adventure. All right, we're ready. We're back in action. The hermana has arrived from the Estados Unidos. Every time we have new company, we're back in vacation tourist mode, and we today are gonna hit up Cabuya Island. So there is an infamous cemetery at Cabuya Island that we hear is cool, and one of the special and unique things about Cabuya Island is that you have to go there at low tide. So we got about a 30-minute drive, and we got about 90 minutes or so until low tide, so I think we're gonna hit it just about right. Beautiful scenic drive through Montezuma and through Cedros all the way to Cabuya before we arrive. So let's get into the action. Beautiful humans, we have arrived in Cabuya. Llegamos a Cabuya. We made a left right at the intersection of Cabuya Road, which is basically the road to Cabuya that will take you from Cabuya to Malpais and back. And now we are here at the end of the road where we parked the vehicle, and this is the view. Cemetery Island. So I have approximately about 45 minutes to an hour before low tide. So we're obviously making our way over before the tide comes up so that we have plenty of time so that we don't get stranded on the island. As folklore has it, indigenous people who lived in this area as early as the 1700s would bury their dead over here on this island, and it has become somewhat of a tradition. But some of the local folklore also says that this island is haunted, and they can hear cries from the island sometimes, people talking, whispers, things like that. So not a place that I would want to get stuck at overnight. Okay, first day, first full day, exploring the tide pools here. El cementerio. The waterproof footwear is a must. Navigating through the rocks. The dogs are a must para seguridad, for our security, and also our emotional support on Cuckoo. We're training Cuckoo as an emotional support dog. Alright, so we are now making our way across this land bridge, which is essentially just a whole bunch of coral or rock that's right here, situated in between Cabuya and Cemetery Island, or Cabuya Island. So it's quite fascinating, but you can only get here during low tide, as I had mentioned. And if you get stuck out there, other than swimming, there's really no other options to get back until you wait for the next low tide. We are getting closer to the island. Alright, we have arrived at Cemetery Island. So it was just about a short half-mile hike or so from our parking lot. I noticed there is another parking lot which is located a little bit closer to Cabo Blanco. But like I said, we turned off at the intersection to the road to Cabuya. And it's quite beautiful out here. It's a really cool walk getting over here. Noticed some fishermen. And here we go. This is the cementerio. Currently navigating for a place to attempt snorkeling. Water visibility does not look amazing, but the north side of the island is supposed to be the best for some snorkeling. We could go in right there.
Tentacles underneath the rock. Right there.
Oh, it's a little baby one.
Oh, it slipped away again. Those are rare. So rare.
Wow, it squeezed all the way inside that rock. Woohoo! What a beautiful day. So we happened to get in a little bit of snorkeling. The visibility was quite terrible, like 2 to 4 feet at best. Really brackish, very salty water over here, but it was still beautiful. Once you get to the bottom, you can actually see some reef fish. Got a chance to see an octopus over here, which was really cool, and we also saw pufferfish and stuff. So not a complete loss. Plus, the water is just beautiful. Can't complain at all. Didn't come out here for snorkeling specifically, just getting in the water. Excuse to get in the water. Now we're gonna go check out the cemetery. The views. Having fun, Gigi?
On my way. That was cool. Baby octopus.
Baby octopus to do to do, baby octopus to do to do, baby octopus to do to do, baby octopus, baby octopus to do to do.
Adventure Dome.
La Isla Cementerio. La Isla Cementerio. La historia. Clouds in the background. Dun, dun, dun. It's just like, it's so cool.
Those rocks? No.
Some bananas still growing over here too. Bananas and coconuts. If we did get stranded, we'd be able to eat good. Cemetery Island. Super tranquil, really beautiful. Just paying our respects for, you know, those who've been lost, and not just here but everywhere. Just definitely a moment to reflect. Just how tranquil. Couldn't imagine a better place to rest.
¿Qué pasa?
One of the dopest shots I've ever taken. Ah, pinchy mosquitoes.
Oh, Ricka's looking at Costa. Get her.
And that's a wrap, folks. That is going to conclude our day trip here at Isla Cemetery, or Cabuya Island. So all in all, it just took us just over 2 hours for that little adventure. Got some snorkeling in, some hiking, got a chance to see the sights, and it was a really pretty walk.
Ah, muy linda. Qué hermosa isla.
Okay, that's it. Okay, you gotta kind of stay on the camera and talk to the camera.
I thought we were walking.
We're here. You're like, get off the camera as fast as I can. I don't want to say anything to the camera. All right. Yes, a baby octopus discovery.
How do you say octopus in Espanol?
Oh, sai. Pulpo, no? Pulpo. Octopus is pulpo. Okay, and we're back at the Burgundy Bandit. So we're gonna probably hit Montezuma, get some bocadillos, cerveza, batidos, piña colada, margaritas. Chi, 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 chi.
Calamare.
Sí. All right. Until the next adventure. Pura vida. Thanks again for watching this episode of the Free Range Squad. Now, although I found Cabuya Island Cemetery to be incredibly interesting, this isn't one of the spots that's generally on the list for most tourists who are visiting the peninsula. The most important part about the trip to the cemetery is that the land bridge only opens up twice a day during low tide. It's incredibly important that you plan around the tide schedule so that you don't find yourself underwater. There are several different access points to get to the Cabuya Island Cemetery, and you can stop right at the marina in Cabuya, or there are several other locations where you can park along the coast and make your way over to the land bridge. It only takes about 20 to 30 minutes to explore the entire island, and there's plenty of good snorkeling and tide pools all around the island. Now, we visited Cabuya Island Cemetery during rainy season, and the visibility just wasn't good enough for snorkeling. So we scouted out some spots and plan to go back when the visibility is better. Now, one of the very interesting things about the Cabuya Island Cemetery, it is an active cemetery, and there are lots of ritual practices by locals who use this site. I've even heard that the cemetery does facilitate certain burials under the moonlight. And on these special occasions, there will be lights or lanterns that are set up all along the land bridge as the body is being moved from Cabuya to the cemetery. Now, I haven't witnessed this, but it sounds like something that would be quite a spectacle to see. So before we left the island, we made sure we gave a moment of silence and paid some respects to those who are no longer with us. We do know that this is a burial ground and it is sacred to many, so we wanted to make sure that we have a profound respect for the land. If you're visiting the Nicoya Peninsula, I definitely recommend putting this on your list, particularly if you are into odd and unusual peculiarities. But otherwise, this is definitely an easy trip and you could get it accomplished in a couple hours, especially if you're en route to Cabo Blanco or you are on your way to the Montezuma waterfalls via Malpais. So thanks again for coming along with us on this journey, but until our next adventure, pura vida.